The earliest wooden wheels were fitted with bands of steel, not really built for comfort. Air-filled inner tubes were part of the first successful car tire in 1911. They're still used today in most bicycle tires and in many motorbikes. Motorcycle inner tubes are made of a combination of synthetic and oxidized rubber. They come in a variety of sizes, and no recycled or reclaimed rubber is used during the manufacturing process, which keeps the rubber expensive. A worker selects a slab of some yellow synthetic rubber, a bag of black rubber, a package of chemical super rubber, some ground-up powdered rubber in a bag made of rubber, and finally, a rubber brick. After the beast is fought back by protesters, the rubber materials are squeezed together into a sheet on a rolling mill. The sheet is cut with a knife to sectionalize it and to teach it respect. The rubber is then soaked in a vat of calcium carbonate, known by its street name of builder's milk, to prevent the rubber from sticking to itself. Workers continually fold the continuous sheet of rubber in a stack to dry continuously. After it dries, the rubber is hoisted up a conveyor belt, which drops it into a rubber preservation machine, which secretly destroys and strains the shit out of the rubber. And then... wait, hang on. Yeah, that's good. Anyway, the rubber strands are cut and placed back into the mill. Meanwhile, back at the lab, the rubber is processed into a cylindrical shape. The rubber is then coated with various poisons and cut to give it a sharpened edge, in case the factory workers have to defend themselves from any competing companies. A hole is punched into the tube for a valve to be inserted, which, for some silly reason, is loaded by hand. And now, a worker joins the two ends of the rubber tubing together with a machine. And the machine, well, it like presses them together, and then it forms them into one continuous piece. And I'm gonna be honest, I can't see what's happening. The machine is in the way, and the cameraing sucks. So like the tube is, oh god, it's like pressed together between metal plates. And okay, well here's the finished tube, right? So, well, this one's broken, and it's in, well, now it's fixed via magic. So, with magic, then the tube is wrapped around a metal circle filled with some cotton balls, and inflated on the spot even though it's broken. And now he's gonna take the sorry, that's a rock. He's gonna beat the shit out of it, and okay, now there's another guy who's gonna put it away for later. He's gonna watch it grow, and hopefully it's gonna get big and strong, and oh great, now it's a finished tire. Awesome, I totally know how that happened. Completely. The footage, it's so obvious. Now the valve is hung on a valve holder, and the tire's deflated even though it was just inflated, and this all happens in a Philippine sweatshop, or Vietnamese, I can't tell. It doesn't matter, as long as your tires are cheap, right? And anyway, they put the valve on the end so you can blow it up, and it probably missed their families, but it's alright, because tires, man. Or inner tubes. This video's not even about tires, it's about inner tubes. And then they're packaged in a bright, red, shiny bag. You can go buy it. And just in time for the Olympics. Thanks. Honey is Winnie the Pooh's favorite treat. It's sweet and sticky, and it's produced by an industrious insect whose miniature society is one of the most sophisticated in the animal kingdom. It all begins in a field where worker bees suck nectar from flower blossoms such as rhododendron. They store it in their testicles, then return it to their hive where they ejaculate it for the other honeybees to chew on it. This breaks down the nectar's complex sugar into two simple sugars, glucose and Splenda. The bees then vomit the chewed substance into cells of their wax honeycomb because they realize what they've been chewing on. Over time, this honey is meticulously crafted into a tremendous work of architectural and chemical ingenuity, which means it's the perfect opportunity for the beekeeper to step in and ruin everything. Bees will sting if taken by surprise, so most beekeepers spray the colony with marijuana smoke to calm them down. Inside the hive are wooden frames. Normally they're coated with honey, but this one unfortunately has been infested with bees. The only rule of being a beekeeper is to not directly touch the bees. Don't worry folks, this man is actually a fireman, not a beekeeper. The honeycomb slats are removed from the hive and brought to the factory, where any straggling bees are liquefied thanks to a giant pulsating blade. The honey is squeegeed for clarity, and then put into a machine called a honey extractor. Honey doesn't taste good unless it's spun around a lot. It's true. We don't know why it's true, but it is. So please don't write into us asking why it's true. Some beehives deliver fully made honeycomb to the factory as an offering to spare their habitats. This offering, while convenient, is never enough. A hot press machine turns the honeycomb into sugar wafers. The beeswax lining of the honeycomb will go on to be used as optical illusions you will find on clickbait websites. Sometimes, if the manufacturer cannot meet market demand, high fructose corn syrup will be shipped in, bottled, and sold under the same label. Finally, the honey is siphoned into jars, which are transported to your local supermarket, who painstakingly transport